All right, got the mess more or less cleaned up here. Well, 2/3 cleaned up. Got all my drop cloths wound up again, and car's good and dry and looks real nice. Amazingly enough, I don't think I missed anything with the red paint, so she's all covered, and the parts of it that have to show, which is almost nothing, like from here to there will show when the hood's off, and like from here to here on the frame rails on both sides will show when the car's done, but basically nothing else sticks out except for like those bars there, that bar there, you know, the stuff that comes, the part of the cage that comes up out of the decking will show, but it all looks pretty good, and I managed to get a decent finish on the stuff that's going to show, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think we're going to do brake lines next, and then assembly. Alright, got the shop all cleaned up and just generally unfucked. It looks pretty good. My huge pile of crap under the table cleaned up, table itself cleaned up. We're ready to start making a mess again. That's how she goes. Okay, I just like the color. I didn't have anything to show you up there. Had to modify the rear bumper because for some reason I just wasn't paying attention when I drew it up, and it was going to be too far forward of the rear edge of the spoiler. So if I had to get a push truck to push me, it was going to hit the spoiler and mash the rear deck before it bottomed out against the rear bumper, which is no bueno. So I just lengthened out the arms on this thing. No big deal. Hadn't been painted yet, so if I got that done, I still got to make them. To go from here to here. 2 little straps to kind of brace the bottom of the bumper, and that'll have that done, and then that can be painted. And otherwise, I'm back to making a mess. You know, right back at it. So I got the nose piece there. I had to weld a couple of weld nuts in it. That's done. So all of this stuff here is ready to be painted. So primed and painted. Got a bunch of stuff to paint black as well. And I think probably tomorrow the project will be to roll this rear end housing over there and get it up on the table and weld them brackets on, well, everywhere. Weld them just a short stitch so they don't spin, because the clamps work pretty good, but occasionally you take a hard lick, they'll slip, like spin on the tube, and I don't want that to happen. So put a little tack weld on them. They basically can't spin at all unless they hit hard enough to break the tack weld, in which case you've probably bent the tube anyway. It's not that big a deal. Anyway, good progress. You can maybe hear the heat's not running, but it's raining. So we got other ambient noises. Anyway, looks real good. Okay. Got all the ancillary red stuff painted. Bumpers and fuel cell cage, and T-bars, and the nose over there, and the grid work so I don't get hit in the face with a wheel. That sort of thing. Looks pretty good, and the floor is sticky again. So, progress is being made. Alright, got just the black stuff left to paint now. I still got some masking to do, but I am just plumb done in tonight. That's all that there, and then of course the rear end housing got to be painted at the same time. It's got it all masked off and ready to paint. Got my proper bolts. Got the bolts cut off to the proper length. Got the good grade 8 nuts on them everywhere and torqued down to where they're supposed to be. That looks good. Just about ready to paint the black stuff, and then we will be done painting. Thank God. All right. Got all the black painting done. That looks pretty good. Especially for tractor paint. And the retard on the gun. This is, I don't know, this is probably the most I've ever painted with a, you know, an honest to God spray gun. I'm more of a spray bomb kind of guy. But there was just too much here to paint with a bug bomb. Anyway, looks real good. I think we're finally done painting. Good progress.